In the history of action cinema, some on-screen rivalries go beyond the script. They stop being just a hero and a villain fighting for a plot and become a tectonic clash between two completely opposite philosophies of combat. On one side, the European elegance, the balletic flexibility, and the lightning-fast spinning kicks of a young Belgian determined to conquer Hollywood. On the other, the absolute brute force, the unmovable presence, and the terrifying gaze of a Hong Kong powerhouse who shared the screen with Bruce Lee himself. When Jean-Claude Van Damme met Bolo Yeung, cinema didn't just get a fight scene, it witnessed the birth of an immortal myth. To understand the weight of this encounter, we must first look at the monster that Van Damme had to face. Bolo Yeung was already a respected competitive bodybuilder and a lethal martial arts master long before Western audiences knew his name. Armed with an almost supernatural chest pop, massive forearms, and a background in Tai Chi and Shotokan karate, Bolo became the ultimate cinematic executioner. He didn't need to speak to terrify you. His stillness alone was a death sentence. By the time 1988 arrived, Bolo was chosen to play Chong in Bloodsport. He wasn't just an opponent for the main character, he was the final boss of an entire generation, an undefeated champion who took pleasure in breaking his rival's spirits and bones. But Hollywood was about to witness a revolution. Jean-Claude Van Damme arrived with a style the West had never seen before. He beautifully blended the rigid discipline of Shotokan karate with the artistic grace of classical ballet. Van Damme turned flexibility into an offensive weapon. His trademark 360-degree helicopter kicks were fast, hypnotic, and visually flawless. He was the ultimate underdog, a sleek, aesthetic fighter who relied on kinetic speed, momentum, and sheer willpower to survive. When he stepped into the Kumite arena to face Chong, it was the ultimate test of human capability. Could pure, blinding speed and precision overcome absolute, unyielding brute force? The chemistry between the two was so explosive that it couldn't be contained in just one movie. In Bloodsport, they gave us one of the most iconic climaxes in cinema history, when Chong blinds Frank Dux, forcing Van Damme to fight using nothing but his instincts and martial memory. A legendary piece of pop culture was forged. The success was so massive that 3 years later, in 1991, Van Damme personally brought Bolo Yeung back for Double Impact. This time, the stakes were even higher. Facing off on a dark, rain-slicked dock, a mature Van Damme went toe-to-toe with an even more menacing Bolo Yeung. Those two historic shoots cemented a profound real-life mutual respect between the two martial artists. Bolo forced Van Damme to push his physical limits, while Van Damme immortalized Bolo as the greatest Western martial arts villain of all time. Decades have passed since those fights shook theaters worldwide, but the echo of their impacts still resonates in every modern action movie and MMA cage. Van Damme versus Bolo Yeung was the perfect cinematic formula, the ultimate hero meeting the ultimate villain. They proved that screen combat is a genuine art form, a high-stakes dance where power and grace combine to create something completely immortal. The Belgian dragon and the beast from the east wrote their names in letters of fire across the history of celluloid. If your childhood was defined by the legendary kicks and unmatched power of these two martial titans, smash that like button. Subscribe to Planet Earth to keep uncovering the legendary rivalries that built the history of action cinema. And comment below, which fight was superior, Bloodsport or Double Impact? I am Planet Earth, and absolute mastery is our only legacy.